Well, we want to welcome everybody back again to America's Elite Businesses. Up close and personal, we have another elite podcast today, a very unique podcast. We're at Porter's Place and we're 2 weeks away from their grand opening. What a perfect time and a great opportunity to parlay into Bike Week. Well, we know it's going to be festive. We know there's going to be drinks, but everybody has to get their grub on. Well, we've got Chris and he's the kitchen manager. He's promised to feed me and I have witnesses. Well, we have Chris. First and foremost, let's talk about the most important thing and let's talk about the menu.
All right, we've got American foods. We've got burgers, steaks. We're going to have salads, a couple fish things, a couple chicken things. It's going to be a heck of a ordeal for you to come in and get done with the plate, because I promise it's going to be put on you when you come in. And we've got a great staff that we've put together the menu. Took us about 2 weeks to put together, but we sat down and conversed, and over a period of 2 weeks we came up with what you're going to see on the menu.
Well, I heard prior to our interview that there may be another menu just for Bike Week. Is there anything true to that?
Yep, we're going to do a special Bike Week menu primarily to keep the flow and everything going, and obviously the guys who ride the motorcycles in, they're going to be hungry, and we're darn sure going to feed them.
Let's talk about what inspired you. It seems like every person who's in the kitchen, who's putting together the food, who's putting together the menu, there's some sort of inspiration on why and how. Can you tell us yours?
So we all got together and we kind of talked about the things that we liked on menus and the things we didn't like on menus. And I think most of our clientele are going to be able to come in, look at the menu names, and something will ring true. And it is a huge challenge to come up with military and law enforcement and the medical services slang that is family friendly, first of all, and able to be printed and not have to explain to the young ones what exactly those terms mean. But most of our clientele are going to get it.
Yes. And
those that come in and haven't served or whatever, we have no problem explaining to them, but we don't foresee that as being too much of an issue.
Well, I know this is kind of a loaded question here, and I know you feed to the market that you think is going to accept your food here, but I know you got a favorite here. What's your favorite on the menu?
Well, my favorite happens to be the hardball, because that is number one, my nickname.
Okay.
But the guys think I'm obsessed with the poblano pepper, and I kind of am. But it's going to have a little heat to it, and the poblano on top of an 8-ounce patty is going to be perfect to give you a little bit of heat and the flavor and not burn your taste buds out.
Well, we're talking to Chris, and you can either praise him or you can give him a little, well, we're going to praise him. We're excited about the kitchen. We're at Porter's Place 2 weeks before the grand opening. We'll be back. Well, we want to welcome everybody back again to America's Elite Businesses, up close and personal. 2 weeks and counting. Porter's Place is going to open their doors, and there's a lot of excitement going on with Bike Week right around the corner. So we're going to go right to the source. We're going to interview one of the owners today. His name is Zach. Zach, good to have you on here. If I may just write off the thing before we get into the vision of this place, and you're setting it up in a high manner here, tell us a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about myself. All right. So I graduated from Mainland High School 2009.
Okay.
Immediately after graduating, I enlisted in the United States Army.
Okay.
I enlisted as a 12 Bravo combat engineer, did a combat tour in 2011, 2012 to Afghanistan with RCP-11. After coming home from there, I started my own company, Daytona Custom Tactical, selling tactical equipment and training law enforcement. We sold NTOA and GSA approved tactical gear, went all over Florida selling to various departments. After that, I went to work at a law enforcement training facility for Constellus and AM-K9. Following that, I went and did some contract work. Just came back from a contract overseas in Afghanistan and Kandahar, and then decided to open up a business.
But this is not just a business. I mean, Porter's Place is on the title, but the theme, and I want to get into that before we go into a bigger place in the vision here, a military first responder themed restaurant and bar. I think the whole world is clapping right now. Yep. Because, it's one thing to acknowledge, but it's another thing to put that title on your business. Now, of course, the general public can come in as well too, but you are reaching out to first responders and military, the people that really have given us this boost to stay strong during the COVID area. How did you come up with that theme, or is it just obvious?
So it's something that means a lot to our family, our group of friends. We all graduated together, and everyone enlisted in the military. And the few that didn't enlist in the military went the first responder route. So pretty much everyone I know has been in either the military or first responder field, and it's something that hits close to home. So, either going out and serving the community as a whole or serving the country is something that everyone kind of feels close at heart. And we want somewhere that everyone in the community can come and have a awesome family-friendly environment.
Good.
And on top of that, be able to, for those first responders and military, have a place that they can call their own.
Well, we are inside your place, and it's kind of right now in a little bit of a shell being built out, which is exciting too. Custom built restaurant bar here, but let's get into the bigger picture here. What is the vision? Because you pretty much summed it up. Great group of people behind you. You've got family people involved as well too, joint owners. You have your theme. What is the big vision of what we're trying to do here?
So to be able to have this amazing spot that everyone can come and be able to, have a great meal. Everything is from the menu to our bar top, our custom epoxy bar top, to the patches up on the walls, to the memorabilia that will be placed throughout the business. We will have a fallen wall. So if you've lost anyone in the service or a first responder, we would love to hang them up on our wall on top of a fallen table in memorial to those individuals.
Well, there's a lot to live up to here. Great kitchen. Of course, Bike Week is coming right around the corner. 2 weeks, and we're going to go ahead and kick this thing off. We thank again Zach, one of the owners, and we'll be right back. Well, we want to welcome everybody back again to Titan Media Entertainment here. We are we're at Porter's Place here. We're 2 weeks from the grand opening, but everybody knows that a place is only as good as their preparation here. The build out is on its way. We've spoken to the owner, the kitchen manager, who's promised me lots of good food, but the guy who's going to have to take care of everybody. Now, this is the general manager. His name is Sean here, but Sean, I noticed something prior to our getting on the camera here, and it seems like everybody here is friendly, family oriented. I mean, I don't think this is just something that just happened from some good luck hiring. You guys seem like you have history.
Absolutely. Zach is not a biological, but he is my brother, and his wife is like a sister to me, and his mom like a second mom, and which made it real easy to, when he decided to go forward with the restaurant, and he called me up, asked me, hey, could you help me? It was a snap decision, yes, on the way. And I was working 3 jobs at the time, and
Wow.
Now I'm working 1 with him, and it's not really like work. There's a quote that comes to mind. It said, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life, and that's what it feels like when I come here. It's like just going to another family room. And at the end of the day, good or bad, you're still family. You can lean on each other, you can cry, you can rejoice, you can just have a cold one, deal with the day's stress, but at the end of the day, you're all still together, and that's really important, especially because it's like a community, and like the police, the first responders, it's a big brotherhood and sisterhood as well, and we want that same mirror in here as well.
That's awesome. I do a lot of business interviews, and some of them are very hollow. They're just chasing that dollar here, but I think that's one of the things, as I got to meet some of the inner workings of the people here, everything you said is real. If you guys know each other, you work with each other, at the end of the day, we're gonna lick each other's wounds, or we're gonna say hey to the prosperity, or we're gonna give a shout out to the family that just left and had a great time here. Let's talk a little bit about, very quickly here, your general manager responsibilities.
Well, it'd be easier to talk about what they aren't.
Okay, we can do that.
No, but it's basically the general scope of the restaurant, front of house, back of house. We've had a serious undertaking. We've pretty much renovated the entire kitchen, added a bunch of extra equipment, got some old equipment out, did the entire inside and outside dining. Worked really hard on a nice bar top. Still working on that, but it's got memorabilia where all like Leo's, first responders, military can come in and attach something physical to a memory, or even if they bring in a memory they have, we'll gladly display it for them, whether it be temporarily, we'll put it on loan, or if they just want to donate it, we'll display it in perpetuity.
Well, we have Sean here, who is the general manager, and just another example of the inner workings of a place here, a family putting together a business. We'll be right back. Well, we want to welcome everybody back again to America's Elite Businesses. Up close and personal, Volusia County is introducing their next elite business here. We're at Porter's Place, and we've had a great opportunity to talk to the inner workings from the owners all the way down to the general managers, where there's a guy who's up front, and he's a manager, and the guys razzed him a little bit. I'm going to leave that off the air here, but Johnny, great to have you on here. You guys are 2 weeks away from opening up. I think one of the most unique things that I've seen here is you guys have just cleaned this place out. Right. Everything is being built from the bottom up, which means it's going to be your taste. Right. Tell us a little bit about what a manager is going to have to do to get this thing moving quickly.
Well, to get this thing moving quickly as a manager, first off, we already got what we need because we're a close-knit team, and so we all work as a cohesive unit. One of the big things that we're doing right now is we're doing a lot of our hiring, so that's what I'm focused on right now. Getting a good staff together, so when this thing is open and running, we're doing everything that we can to make sure that we have the best food and have the best service for our community.
Awesome. Sounds like a true manager. I'd like to, if I could as well too, the theme is what really caught my eye. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we do a lot of businesses, and, and we like to pick and choose businesses that really have a true meaning on what they're trying to do. The military, first responders. Tell us your background.
Well, my background is I'm a United States Army veteran. I was with 3rd Infantry Division and deployed to Iraq. But so here, we just want to pay homage to everyone that came before us, that paved the way, that got us here. From our countrymen to our soldiers, our airmen, our everyone that's involved. We just want them to know that they have a place that they're welcome, that they can come and eat, and everything's about them because we want to thank them for their service.
Well, besides honoring the military and the first responders, we also want to remind everybody the general public can come in as too, right, Johnny?
Absolutely, everyone's welcome.
Well, we're talking to Johnny. He is the manager. Just in case things are right, give him a pat on the back. We're going to be right back.